Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Future Hospitality Summit podcast, the series of podcasts that look to spread uh, a window of opportunity and insight into the hospitality investment sector across the GCC. Today, I'm with Patrick Antaki, the COO of HMH, the Hospitality Management Holdings company. Welcome, Patrick.
Hi, thank you very much, Matthew. Good to be here.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, and I have to say, for first things, um, I was chuckling, I guess, at your LinkedIn profile. It says that never underestimate the power of a smile, especially at work. Tell us more about that. What's driving that? Tell us more about yourself, first of all.
Thanks. Well, that's funny that you picked this up, Matthew. Yes, I love a smile is always something that, helps get through the day. In psychological terms, they always tell you if you stay positive, even the most difficult situation appears easier. And sometimes at work we take things too seriously. A very simple situation can blow up in your face, but you know what? If you keep that smile on your face, it will keep the people around you a bit more reassured and happier and softer, and and everybody's going to be in a much better place. So just a bit of a smile, a bit of politeness and decency is always good.
I love that. So welcome anyway. And so
Thank
for
you.
those that don't know HMH, tell us a little bit about the company and its history up to date.
Awesome. HMH started back in 2013. It was set up by the famous hotelier Michel Noblet, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Faisal Al Qasimi. It's a company that's over the years built a strong reputation in hotel management and in relationship with owners. We Over the years, again, we built five brands which basically were responding to the market needs, going from five-star all the way to the lifestyle budget hotels, which
Okay.
today are the in thing and the flavor. So um, not only is HMH a player in the hospital in the hotel management field, but also it's a player that sits on the side of the owners. It's a player that makes sure that we speak the same language as the investor, and we make sure that we protect their money.
So with those five brands, how's the pipeline looking? Is it lending
Oh,
itself to any particular brand at the moment? Which one is it? Where does it sort of fit?
it's quite funny. I'll just quickly brief you on the brands. I won't bore the people with them. Um, our brands are on the five-star market. We call our brand Bahi,
Yeah.
Bahi, which is a
Okay.
very local name. On the mainstream four-star hotels, we have Coral, and this is a very famous brand in this part of the Middle East. Then we have Corp, which is more your business hotel, value-driven urban comfort. Iwa, Iwa is your hotel service departments, and Ecos, which is our new baby, the lifestyle budget hotel. Um, these brands, cover a multitude of things, and you know what? The as you said, how is our pipeline doing? But at the moment, touch wood, it's very healthy. Yes, it is reflecting what's happening in the region. We are luckily we're surfing with the wave, but at the same time, it's showing that we have growth and we have acceptance of our brands. The funny thing is that we were looking at reorganizing, reshuffling the brands, and all of a sudden the market showed us that no,
Stay
investors
put.
like
Yeah.
continuity, they like reassurance, and they like the names that have proved themselves. So what we're doing now is we're refreshing some of our brands, again, to reflect what's happening today on the market, to reflect what's happening in what the people want. What does the customer who pays the bill at the end, what do they want?
And so, how many hotels have you actually got now in the GCC, but also maybe wider? I don't know if you sort of expand outside of the GCC.
At this stage, we're only in the GCC.
Okay.
We've got hotels in the UAE, in Lebanon, in Jordan, in Saudi Arabia, but we're also negotiating further afield. So we're looking at Egypt, Libya, and more countries. So what are we? The currently we've got 10 hotels up and running, and the pipeline is that very soon we'll be announcing some new hotels down at ATM. Because sometimes people say, oh, in a podcast or in an interview, it's easy to say that you've got so many, but no, we're going to prove that we have. We've just signed some new contracts, some new HMAs. We've got some potentials. MOAs have been signed as well. So it's looking very healthy, and obviously looking forward for more.
So, tell us, what does that look like? The future growth plans for the organisation.
Like most of us, I would say Saudi Arabia is definitely an awesome um, is going through an awesome development period, and we're not like unlike the others, and we're just going to be following through, and we're going to want our share of that development as well. We're also going further afield, playing on the markets which are not necessarily as wanted by any of the big players. Some of the markets, like in Africa, some of the markets in the GCC or in the Middle East, which have been volatile, or have recently found some of their new footings. We will be going there as well and developing some of our brands there, because the knowledge that we have, the expertise that we have, would help people get back online.
So, let's talk Saudi. We're a few weeks away from the event in Riyadh. What specifically excites you about the market, and why does it suit HMS going forward? HMH, sorry, going forward.
HMH, no worries. HMH and the Saudi market go very well hand in hand. HMH as a group works on wellness and works on health and works on being a dry chain. So Saudi has such a vision, the 2030 vision, that we want to be part of it. And when we started, maybe just under a year ago, when we started going around and talking with people, we received such a warm welcome. And to be honest with you, we were overwhelmed with the welcome and the acceptance that we received on that market, because we were not expecting. We know we're a regional player, and we're up against a lot of the international players. However, there are spaces for everybody. There are projects that go for the international players. There are projects that go for the regional players. So it's a great playing field. It's a very serious development that is now re-engineering everything we talked about. It's looking at hospitality in a different way, looking at hotel management in a different way. It's not just about a hotel management company wanting to be the hotel management and looking at the investment until GOP level. No, it's actually thinking with the owners and thinking with them and going all the way down, understanding where the net operating profit, which is the numbers that the owners are interested in, is talking with them all the way there. It is trying to put some skin in the game. It is putting your dollars where your mouth is, basically. So we say that we're there with the owners. Well, show it. If instead of taking percentages from zero, you start taking percentages from where you should be delivering rather than from where you're not delivering. So it's about a marriage that's a bit closer rather than a marriage from a distance. Friends with benefits only. It's a bit more than that. So it's
Would
therefore
you
it's
say
done
that's
for
the
a very
main?
long term.
the main differentiator between you and the internationals then in that respect?
Well, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping that not too many people will look at that podcast and follow through. Yes.
So we're obviously approaching the event. What are you hoping to gain the most from the experience?
It's our second time at the event, and I must say that the first time around was a fabulous eye opener. Hence, we come back. There's many things that we're looking forward to. The networking with like-minded colleagues, with the various facets of hospitality as a whole. So whether it's the hospitality side, the investment side, the banks, the asset managers, the owners. So yeah, the networking in there, getting more known is a very big point for us, because we realize that the name needs to be out there a bit more. We're looking at hopefully picking up a couple of opportunities that we can work on while we're there. And of course, it's always good to have the finger on the pulse, understanding what the market is dictating these days, because sometimes you can be sitting in your office, you're doing a great job, but at the same time, you're not really up to speed with what's going on. So it's important for survival in this day and age. Agility is very important, understanding what's going on and being able to respond to changes.
And that was going to be my final question, in the sense that, over this last 12 months, things have, if you think about the last 3-4 years, how fast things have changed from being closed down to being open again and all that business. But then you've got this gigantic opportunity going on in the Saudi market. So in those 12 months, what do you think has been the biggest change in that market, in the Saudi market, that has occurred over the year?
What hasn't been a change in the Saudi market, from the attitude to the how can I say it? To adaptation, to vision, to nothing is impossible. You've basically turned sand into a metropolis that is competing with the biggest countries of the world that have got culture going back hundreds of years. So nothing is impossible. The attitude, the go-get-it, winning attitude is awesome, and is, for those who don't believe in it, there's no space for them, because they're going to be trampled out. Those who can't adapt to these changes and to dealing with things the way they are dealt with, because in this part of the world, dealing is different to what they do in Europe and North America. So we have to adapt to the way the Middle East, the GCC, wants us to, and at the same time we have to bring our best practices and altogether develop this awesome 2030 vision. So we have to adapt, we have to be nimble, and in order to succeed.
Well, thank you, Patrick, for that, and thank you for joining me here today. Only wish to say I look forward to actually meeting you in a week or two in Saudi Arabia itself, and the best of luck with the event and the future plans for HMH. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Matthew. It's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to meeting you in the flesh as well. Take care and see you in Riyadh.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Future Hospitality Summit podcast. For more information, visit www.futurehospitalitysummit.com.